Okay, next question 33. 33. They asked to find domain of the function. F of x equals to cos inverse of root x minus 1. We know that cos inverse x domain is close interval -1 to +1, or can say cos inverse x is in between -1 +1, and here cos inverse, or you can say root of x minus 1 is also in between -1 and +1. We know that root f of x is defined if f of x is greater than or equals to 0. Here f of x value is root of x minus 1. F of x value is x minus 1, that is greater than or equals to 0. Or you can say x minus 1 is greater than or equals to 0, implies x is greater than or equals to 1. Therefore, root of x minus 1 function is defined in the interval here -1 +1. I will take -1 0 0 to 1. In the interval 0 to 1, f of x is defined, that is root x minus 1. Therefore, your x minus 1 is in between 0 and 1. Therefore, next step, adding 1 on both the sides, you will get 0 plus 1 value as 1, less than or equals to x minus 1 plus 1, that is x, less than or equals to 1 plus 1 is 2. Therefore, x belongs to close interval 1 to 2. Therefore, answer is D. Option D is correct answer. Okay, fine. Next question. Question number 34. Question number 34, they asked to find the value of cos of sin inverse pi by 3 plus cos inverse pi by 3. Clearly, it is of the form sin inverse x plus cos inverse x. What is the standard identity formula? Sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is pi by 2. Therefore, it becomes cos of sin inverse pi by 3 plus cos inverse pi by 3 value is pi by 2. Therefore, cos 90 value, cos 90 is 0. Therefore, D is correct answer. D is answer. Next question, 35. Question number 35. If A equals to, it is based on matrix. If A equals to 0 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 0. If A equals to 3 cross 3 matrix, then they ask to find A raised to 4 value. A raised to 4 value. So let us find A square. A square is A into A. A into A. A value is 0 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 0 into again A. A value is 0 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 0. Multiplication of two matrix, row into column. So A square becomes A square equals to 0 into anything 0, 0 into anything 0, 1 into 1, you will get 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. Similarly, first row, second column, 0 into anything 0, 0 into 1, again 0, you will get 0. First row, last column, that is also 0. Second row into first column, 0, 0. Next one, second row into second column, 0 into 0, 0, 1 into 1, 1. So 0 plus 1 value is 1. It means you'll get a 0, 1, 0. Third row into each column, you'll get a 0, 0, 1. Therefore, A square value is, observe here, A square value is, that is unit matrix. A square equals to I. If A square equals to I means, what about A raised to 4? A raised to 4 is nothing but A square into A square, or we can say I into I. I into I value is I square, or you can say I. This I. A raised to 4 value is again I, unit matrix. Therefore, your option is B. B is correct answer. Next question. Question number 36. Question number 36. If A equals to small a, small b, small c are the elements of set A, then the number of binary operation on A. They have to find number of binary operations. You have to remember one result. If set A containing n number of elements, then total number of binary operations. Total number of binary operations on set A. Binary operation. Suppose set A contains n number of elements. Total number of binary operations are n raised to n square. This is the formula you have to remember. So in this example, n value is given A as 3 elements, A, B and C. Therefore, n value becomes 3. Substitute here n equals to 3. You get total number of binary operations are 3 raised to 3 square, or you can say 3 raised to 9. So 3 raised to 9 is the answer, or you can say C is the correct option. Option C is correct answer. Okay. Next question. Question number 37. Question number 37. If matrix 2, 1, 3, 2 into A equals to unit matrix 1, 0, 0, 1. Now they asked to find matrix A value. What is a matrix A? Observe given equation. Clearly it is of the form, this is our one matrix. I will say B into, B is any matrix. B is a matrix of 2, 1, 3, 2. It is of the form B into A equals to, it is a unit matrix, that or you can say I. BA equals to I. How to find A value? So remember definition of invertible function. If AB equals to BA equals to I, A is invertible of B, or you can say A equals to your B inverse. BA equals to I implies A equals to B inverse. So B inverse formula is very simple. 1 by determinant of B into adjoint of B. That is equals to what? Determinant of B value. 2 to the 4, 4 minus 3. That is 1 by 1. 1 by 1 value is 1 into adjoint of B. Interchange diagonal elements. 2, 2, and you have to change sign of the non-diagonal elements. Your plus 1, in place of plus 1 you write minus 1, in place of 3 you write minus. This is adjoint of B. Therefore, A is 2 minus 1 minus 3. 2. Your correct option is option A. Question number 38. Next one. Question number 38. 38 is based on determinant. If f of x equals to, determinant of x cube minus x, a plus x, b plus x, x minus a, x square minus x, c plus x, x minus b, x minus c, 0. Then options are f of 2 equals to 0, f of 0 equals to 0, f of minus 1 equals to 0, f of 1 equals to 0. Trial and error method. Let us substitute, say x equals to 0. I'll substitute x equals to 0. Okay. When x equals to 0, answer must be f of 0 becomes 0. Answer must be 0. Okay. If x equals to 0, it implies f of 0 equals to, determinant becomes 0 minus 0, 0, a plus 0, a, b plus 0, b, x minus a, that is 0 minus a, you get minus a, 0, c plus 0, that is c, 0 minus b, 0 minus c, minus c, 0. Observe, given matrix is clearly skew symmetric. It is skew symmetric. Determinant of skew symmetric of odd order is always 0. Using property, without expand, you can write determinant value as 0. Therefore, f of 0 equals to 0 is correct answer. Therefore, option B is correct. Okay. Next one. Question number 39. Question number 39. If A and B are matrices of order B, of same order, question number 39. A, B are two square matrix of same order. B is a skew symmetric. B is skew symmetric. What is the condition? Skew symmetric means B dash must be equals to minus B. Then, what about A dash, B, A? Given options are null matrix, diagonal matrix, skew symmetric matrix, and symmetric matrix. Symmetric means A dash equals to A. Skew symmetric means A dash equals to minus A. So let us find transpose of this given matrix. It is of the form AB O dash, AB dash, use this property, AB dash equals to, we know that B dash into A dash. Here A value, I will take A dash and B value is BA. So it becomes, this is A, this one is B. B into A dash into A dash, A double dash. Transpose of transpose matrix. Okay. Next one. Again, apply property BA dash becomes, it is of the form AB O dash. That is nothing but B dash into A dash. Here B value, A value is B, A value, B value is A. Therefore, A dash into B dash. Double transpose. We know that again A double dash is nothing but B. Therefore, A double dash value is A. As we know that B double dash value, B dash values, B dash is, what is the B dash value? B dash value is minus B, therefore I will write minus A dash, B dash value is minus B, therefore A dash BA dash is minus A dash BA. What is the conclusion? It is of the form A dash equals to minus A, therefore it is clearly skew symmetric. Skew symmetric. Your correct answer is D. C is correct answer. Okay. Next question. Question number 40. Question number 40. If A is a square matrix of order 3, I will take order as n, order of matrix is 3, and the determinant of A equals to 5. They asked to find determinant of A into adjoint of A. A into adjoint of A. Okay. So it is of the form determinant of A into B. Determinant of A into B is determinant of A into determinant of B. Therefore, we can write this term as determinant of A into determinant of B value is here adjoint of A. Adjoint of A. Therefore, again determinant of A as it is, once again we have to use property determinant of adjoint of A. Determinant of adjoint of A is determinant of A raised to n minus 1. Determinant of A raised to n minus 1. Here n value is 3. N is order of matrix. We can write this term as determinant of A raised to 3 minus 1, that is 2. Therefore, determinant of A into A square is 8. Determinant of A value is 5. 5q value is 125. Therefore, correct answer is A. A is correct option. Option A is correct answer. Let us move next question. Question number 41. Question number 41. Question number 41 is based on limit, or can say limit sign continuity. F of x equals to 1 minus cos kx upon x times of sin x if x is not equals to 0. If x equals to 0, function is 1 by 2. Is continuous at x equals to 0. Is continuous at x equals to 0. Then they asked to find k value. Given function is continuous, they asked to find a constant value k. When you say given function is continuous, if limit function and limit value as well as function value are equal, limit as x tends to 0 of f of x is equals to f of 0. So function value is clearly, when x equals to 0, function value is clearly here 1 by 2. 1 by 2. Function value is 1 by 2. What about limit value? Limit value, f of x is here, limit as x tends to 0, f of x is 1 minus cos kx upon x sin x. If you apply limit as x tends to 0, your function becomes clearly 0 by 0, indeterminate form. You have to reduce that indeterminate form by applying L'Hospital rule. So, limit as x tends to 0, derivative of 1 is 0, cos kx derivative, cos f of x minus cos f of x is a minus sine, minus of minus will get sine kx into derivative of kx value is k upon sine x into sine x, u into v form. X as it is derivative of sine cos, sine as it is derivative of x is 1. Again it is equals to RHS as it is 1 by 2. If you apply again x as x tends to 0, given function remains in indeterminate form. Again it is in the form of 0 by 0 form. Once again apply L'Hospital rule. So it becomes limit as x tends to 0, k into, I will write this term as k into sine kx. Sine kx derivatives cos kx into k, that value is k square, divided by x cos x derivative is minus x sin x plus cos x, derivative of sine cos RHS term as it is, that is 1 by 2. Now apply limit as x tends to 0. When x is 0, cos k into 0 is 0, cos 0 value is 1, k square into 1, we'll get k square upon 0 sin x value is 0, 0 into anything 0, cos 0 1, cos 0 1, 1 plus 1, that is 2, equals to 1 by 2. 2 can cancel, k square value is 1, it implies k equals to plus or minus 1. Therefore, k value is plus or minus 1. Your correct option is C. C is correct answer. Next question. Next one. Question number 42. Question number 42 is, if A1, A2, A3, small a1, a2 up to a9 are in AP, then the value of determinant, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8, A9 is given terms A1, A2, up to A9 are in the form of AP, arithmetic progression. General form of arithmetic progression usually in the form of A plus D, A plus 2D up to n terms. So first term, how to write first term of AP? It is A. A2 value, A plus D. A3, third term, A plus 2D. Similarly, next term becomes A plus 3D, A plus 4D, A plus 5D, A plus 6D, A plus 7D, and A plus 8D. These are the arithmetic terms. So in order to make identical, in 2 rows or 2 columns are identical, I will apply elementary operation as C2 minus C1, C2 changing C2 minus C1, and C3 changing C3 minus C2. Why? Because A plus D minus A becomes D. A plus 4D minus A plus 3D value becomes D. Similarly, A plus 7D minus A plus 6D value is again D. What about C3 values? C3 value also same, we'll get a D, D, D when you subtract with C2. Therefore, first column values as it is, A plus 3D, A plus 6D, and here A plus D minus, that is D, D, D. Last column value is also D. Observe here, C2 and C3 values are identical. Using third property of determinant, its determinant value is 0. Therefore, answer is here. Here it is grace 1, answer is 0. Okay. Next one. Question number S. You ankondiro answer 0 alla. Okay. 0 can be rewritten as log base E of log E base E. Okay. This value is 0. Therefore, option is B. 0 also rewritten as log of log E base E. Yeah. Next question. Question number 43. Question number 43 is, if 2 raised to x plus 2 raised to y equals to 2 raised to x plus y, 2 raised to x plus y, then they asked to find dy by dx value, derivative of x, y with respect to x. So you have to remember standard result. I will write here. If a raised to x plus a raised to y equals to a raised to x plus y, then dy by dx becomes, this is standard result, dy by dx becomes minus a raised to y minus x, a raised to minus a raised to y minus x. In this case, a value is 2. Therefore, dy by dx value becomes minus 2 raised to y minus x. Minus 2 raised to y minus 6. Therefore, correct answer is A. Option A is correct answer. Next question. Question number 44. Question number 44. If sine inverse f of x equals to sine inverse of 2x upon 1 plus x square, then f dash of root 3 value. It means we need to find f of derivative of f of x. Later we have to substitute x equals to root 3. So before going to differentiate given function, let us write in simplest form by substituting x equals to tan theta. If you substitute x equals to tan theta, f of x becomes f of x equals to, or it becomes sine inverse of x equals to tan theta. 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square. So 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta value is, clearly it is sine 2 theta, standard formula. Sine inverse of sine 2 theta value is only 2 theta, or f of x equals to theta value is, if x equals to sine tan theta, if x equals to tan theta, theta is tan inverse x. Therefore, it becomes 2 times of tan inverse x. Derivative f of x is f dash of x. 2 is constant. 2 into derivative of tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square. This is f dash of x. They ask to find f dash of root 3. Substitute x equals to root 3. F dash of root 3 equals to 2 upon 1 plus root 3 square value. Root 3 square value is 3. 2 upon 4, that is clearly 1 by 2. Therefore, f dash of root 3 value is 1 by 2. Your correct answer is A. Option A is correct. A is correct answer. Next one. Question number 45. Question number 45. The right and left and limit of the function f of x equals to e raised to 1 by x minus 1 upon e raised to 1 by x plus 1, 0. If x is not equals to 0, x is equals to 0. Or respectively, they have to find left hand limit and right hand limit, LHL, RHL. So apply limit to the given function. You get limit of, as x tends to 0, f of x value is e raised to 1 by x minus 1 upon e raised to 1 by x plus 1. If you apply limit as x tends to 0, you get 1 e raised to 1 by 0. 1 by 0 is infinity. E raised to infinity is infinity. Infinity upon infinity form. Indeterminate form. Okay. Therefore, so divide, you have to remove that indeterminate form. Divide numerator and denominator by e raised to 1 by x. So you'll get limit as x tends to 0, 1 minus 1 upon e raised to 1 by x value becomes e raised to minus 1 by x. Divided by, again, e raised to 1 by x. Divided by e raised to 1 by x. Value is 1. 1 plus, again 1 upon e raised to 1 by x value is minus 1 by x. E raised to 1 minus 1 by x. Now apply limit. as x tends to 0. So 1 minus e raised to 1 by infinity, 1 by 0, 1 by 0 is e raised to minus infinity. We'll get e raised to minus infinity. E raised to minus infinity is 1 upon e raised to infinity. That is what? 1 by infinity value is 0. 1 by infinity or 1 by infinity value is 0. So it becomes 1 minus 0. Here also same, 1 plus 0. So final answer is 1. 1 by 1 value is 1. Therefore, left hand limit as well as right hand limit value is 1. 1 and 1 is correct answer. 1 and 1 is correct answer. D is correct option. D. Question number 46. Question number 46 is, if y equals to 2 into x raised to n plus 1 plus 3 upon x raised to n, then x square double derivative, y double dash value. They has to find x square into d square y upon dx square y. You have to differentiate 2 times. Given function is y equals to 2 into x raised to n plus 1 plus 3 by x raised to n. So differentiate. Derivative of y is y dash. 2 is constant. 2 into x raised to n plus 1 derivative. N plus 1 into x raised to n plus 1 minus 1. That is n. Plus 1 upon x raised to n value. That is x raised to, we can write this term as 3 into x raised to minus n minus 3 n x raised to minus n minus 1. Derivative of x raised to minus n. Again differentiate. Y double dash, derivative of y dash is y double dash. 2 into n plus 1 is constant. 2 into x raised to n derivative. N into x raised to n minus 1. Therefore, it becomes n into n plus 1 into x raised to n minus 1. Minus 3n is constant as it is. Minus n minus 1 can be written as minus of n plus 1. So minus of minus plus into n plus 1 into x raised to minus n minus 2. Derivative of x raised to minus n minus 1 is minus 1 x raised to minus n minus 2. What is the common term here? Here common term is, or we can say consider x square y double dash equals to. Your common term is n into n plus 1, n into n plus 1 remaining term. You are multiplying x square, so remaining term becomes 2 into x raised to n plus 1 here plus 3 into x raised to minus n. 3 into x raised to minus n can be written as 1 upon x raised to n. It is nothing but n into n plus 1. This value is nothing but y. So this y, x square into y double dash or x square into d square y by dx square value is n into n plus 1 into y. Correct answer is A. Next question. Question number 47. If the curves 47, the curves 2x equals to y square and 2xy equals to capital K intersect perpendicularly, then the value of k square, they have to find k square value. They given two curves, they are mutually they are intersect perpendicularly. So using that condition, you need to find k square value. We know that If curve 1, first curve slope is m1, second curve slope is m2. If they are perpendicular, m1 into m2 equals to minus. So this is our condition. So using this condition, we need to find k value. Let us find the slope of first curve 2x equals to y square. So derivative of 2x equals to y square becomes 2 into x derivative is 1, 2 equals to 2y into y dash, or y dash equals to 2 to cancel 1 by y. So m1 equals to 1 by y, and second curve 2xy, 2xy. It means if you want to k value, you need to find it x as well as y value. I'm finding x and y value. Okay. So m1, m2. m2 value is, so m2 value is 2 into derivative of xy. X as it is derivative of y, y dash, y as it is derivative of x is 1 equals to 0. Here y dash becomes minus y divided by x. m2 value becomes minus y upon x. Minus y by x. What is the condition? Given two curves are perpendicular, therefore m1 into m2 equals to minus 1. m1 value is 1 by y, m2 value is minus y by x. It is equals to 1. y cancel. So x value becomes here minus 1. X value becomes clearly 1. If x value is 1, what about y value? Y value becomes so y value, take any one equation. I will take 2x equals to y square. X value is 1, so y square equals to 2, or y equals to root 2. Y equals to root 2. So if y equals to root 2 means, what about k value? K, what is the relation? K is 2 times of x1, or you can say k equals to 2 into x value is 1, x value is 1, y value is root 2. Therefore, k value is 2 root 2. They asked to find k square. K square value is 2 root 2 can be written as root 8. Root 8 square madidre 8. K square value as 8. So k square value is 8. Therefore, C is correct option. Correct option is C. Next one. Question number 48. Question number 48 is based on derivative. If x into e raised to y equals to e raised to x, then dy by dx value or y dash value. So it is of the form function raised to function. You cannot differentiate this function directly. So before going to differentiate, you have to apply log on both the sides. Apply log on both the sides. Log x e raised to y value is y into log of x into e. Log m raised to n further. Log m raised to n is n into log. It is equals to again m raised to log. E raised to x can be written as x into log e. Log e value is 1. Log e value is 1. So it can be written as y equals to y into log m plus, it is of the form log m into n. Log m into n value is log m plus log n. So log x, log e value is 1. It is equals to x. Or y equals to, y is x upon log x plus 1. Now you differentiate y with respect to x, you'll get dy by dx value. Y dash equals to u by v rule. 1 v square log x plus 1 whole square. So log x plus 1 as it is derivative of x u value, that is x derivative is 1 minus, now x as it is derivative of log x plus 1, x into log x plus 1 value is log x derivative is 1 by x into 1 by x into x value is 1. So x cancel. So 1 plus 1 minus 1 also cancel. So what is the remaining term? Remaining term is log x upon log x plus 1 whole square. Log x upon log x plus 1 whole square. Therefore, D is correct answer. D is correct answer. Next question, question number 49. Question number 49. Question number 49 is, if the side of the cube is increased by 5%, here side of cube is, suppose x, it is changing, it is increasing by 5%. It means how to write? Dx upon change in side with respect to time is denoted by dx by dt. It is 5%, 5% of x. It can be rewritten as 5 by 100 into x. Then what is the question? Question is, the surface area, then the surface area of the cube is increased by, they have to find surface area, change in surface area. So surface area formula is equals to 6 times of x cube, where x is side of the cube. Differentiate a with respect to t, we'll get a dA by dt. dA by dt equals to, it is 6 into 2x, derivative of x square is 2x, into dx by dt. You are differentiating with respect to t. Therefore, dx by dt value is, so 6 into 2x into dx by dt value is 5 by 100 into x. Okay. So here 5 into 2, 10, I will write 10 as it is, 10 by 100 into 6x into x, 6x square. 6x square means it is surface area. 10 by 100 is 10%. 10% of surface area is correct answer. So your correct answer is D. Option D is correct. Next one, question number 50. Question number 50. It is based on integration. Integration of 1 plus x raised to 4 upon 1 plus x raised to 6 into dx. I will rewrite this equation as 1 plus x raised to 4 upon 1 plus, we can write x raised to 6 as x square raised to 3, x raised to 2 raised to 3. 1 as 1 square raised to 3. Now it is of the form AQ plus BQ. What is the formula AQ plus BQ? AQ plus BQ formula is A plus B into A square minus AB plus B square. A value is 1 square, B value is x square. So we can write this term as 1 plus x raised to 4 upon 1 square value 1 plus x square, 1 plus x square into a square value is 1 minus AB, 1 square into x square, that is minus x square plus b square, x square of square value is x raised to 4 into dx. Okay. Next step, It is a rational function. So numerator term can be rewritten as 1 plus x raised to 4 or 1 minus adding and subtracting by x square. So you'll get 1 minus x square plus x raised to 4 plus x raised to 2 x square, adding and subtract by x square. Denominator term as it is 1 plus x square into 1 minus x square plus x raised to 4.